The Supreme Court in Kololo was packed with trade union members, NSSF employees and other people interested in hearing whether the pension fund would pay over 60 billion shillings to Alcon Uganda in damages. Tension was high as NSSF officials eagerly waited for the court's registrar, Godfrey Opifeni, to read the ruling that has been described as Judgment Day by some publications. The court registrar read out the ruling, but there was not a single official from Alcon to hear the outcome. The registrar's 3-hour-long ruling stated that the court found no evidence showing that Alcon Uganda had signed a contract with NSSF to construct the workers' house building in Kampala. In 1994, NSSF signed a contract with the Kenyan subsidiary of Alcon International to construct the workers' house. A few years later, the pension fund terminated the contract with Alcon, citing a breach of contract. Alcon Uganda then sued the fund, leading to an arbitration. After 3 years of a contested arbitration, the retired Kenyan judge Justice Togba awarded Alcon Uganda over $8 million, an equivalent of about 22 billion Ugandan shillings, as compensation. In 2007, 2 law firms went to court, each of them claiming that they were the representatives of Alcon after it was awarded 22 billion shillings for the construction of the workers' house. But it was later discovered that Alcon had several companies registered with the same name within Kenya and the UK, and that gave a leeway to NSSF officials to build their case against Alcon. In 2003, the pension fund appealed the award at the High Court, but the appeal was dismissed with costs. The court's ruling today stated that Alcon Uganda was incapable of constructing the building and had no competence to even bid for a contract that required highly qualified constructors. According to NSSF legal team, Alcon Uganda had no construction experience but fraudulently won the tender for the construction of workers' house by purporting to be a Kenyan company with experience.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Immediately after the ruling, jubilation broke out.
We had deposited a bank guarantee for about $16 million in court because we owed them money. What happens now is that's going to be torn up into pieces. We don't owe them any money.
Although the victory is not yet contested, NSSF officials say it has provided lessons to learn.
The biggest lesson for us is to ensure that when we are contracting, we know who we are contracting with, and constantly to keep in touch with the contractor, monitoring the value, making sure that there are a lot of controls and checks and balances.
The ruling further indicated that Alcon Uganda clinched a deal with Alcon Kenya without informing NSSF, something court deemed as a ploy to conceal fraudulent secrets. The court registrars advised Alcon to take their claim for compensation to the High Court. It is not clear whether Alcon Uganda will take that course of action since none of its officials turned up for the ruling. Sudil Biarhanga, NTV.